Okay, now we're ready for the fourth chakra, Anahata. And Anahat is the Sanskrit name of the chakra, and which means God lives in your heart if it is pure, or it's also translated as soundless. So the fourth chakra, the heart, is related to the fire element. The fire in the heart, the burning love that you have. For some people in your life, maybe you've experienced that when your heart burns, either when you're in pain or grieving for someone, or because of just immense love for someone. You may have that feeling or experience of that heart burning with either experience. And so that's just a physical experience of that energy of the heart center, which is so powerful. In yogic traditions, it's thought that with enough meditation and doing these practices that the ultimate is when the heart flowers. I know sometimes the emphasis is on, when your crown chakra opens, but actually it's the heart that is the gateway to allowing that divine energy to connect in and inform the more physical chakras, the lower three chakras. So that fourth chakra is like the gateway between heaven and earth, basically. So when you have that open, then you bring heaven to earth, and you can experience life with a flow and ease and move out of suffering. So extremely important to have that heart chakra open and balanced, to be able to experience that in this lifetime, which is possible if you put your efforts towards that. So let's go over the specific ways that we can tell if the chakra is balanced or underactive or overactive. When the chakra is active, you care about others and think of others' needs before yours. You have a feeling of love towards everything and everyone, regardless. You have a sense of oneness with others and realize we're all the same and want the same things. You naturally have a sense of ahimsa, or non-harming. So, if you go to just smash a bug or something like that, that's maybe considered a lower form on this earth, then you may not have a second thought about killing a spider or smashing a mosquito or whatever. But when the heart chakra begins to open, then you actually think twice about that. Even for a mosquito or an ant or something like that, you might have a sense of like, oh, darn. Like the other day I was riding down a four-wheel road and accidentally ran over a snake. So I saw it in the pathway just moments before I rolled over it, and it was just like, oh man, I really felt terrible about that. But okay, I just kind of reviewing in my mind. It's like, well, could I have done anything about it? Did I see it soon enough? It's like, well, no, that's where it placed itself at the time that I went through, so everything's okay. So anyway, you might have that sense of a greater responsibility to protecting life of whatever form it's in. And then also people, plants, animals, insects, you have a desire to move forward on the spiritual path. You have a desire to get up at 5 a.m. so you can do your practices before you move through your day. I remember going through different satsangs and to see different spiritual teachers when I was in my mid-20s. And I remember one in particular, Karunamai, one of the Divine Mothers, and she would always say, if you wake up at 3 in the morning, don't go back to sleep. Wake up, get up. It's the perfect time to do your practice. And I would always leave with good intentions, but whenever I'd wake up at 3, I'd be like, oh, I'm just going back to bed. So now do I get up at 3? Well, no, but I do get up at 5. So I'm able to override that tamasic mind, when you wake up and you're feeling cozy in your bed, you just don't want to get up, waking up. For the most part, I'm able to override that and know that I get great benefits from doing the practices on a regular basis versus sporadically. And so at a certain point, it will gain momentum if you practice consistently enough. Then that 5 a.m. will come and it's easy to get out of bed. And maybe you're just one of those who really likes to get out of bed naturally early, and that's great. Then you don't have to, not one of the things that you are challenged by, which is fantastic. So when the fourth chakra is inactive, you're very cold and unfriendly to others. You have a disregard for others' feelings. You have no thought to harm others, the earth, or other living things. So if you're drawn to this workshop, I doubt that you're in this category at all, but you may have experience in a previous life or witnessed other people experience this, but then it's just information. Oh, well, that person seems to have their heart chakra is closed. When it's overactive, you're motivated to do things for yourself without thought of how they might affect others. On the other hand, you may be suffocating with too much love and attachment to those who are you're close to. So a little bit too overt with that loving kindness, and maybe there's also an agenda under there about, well, if I give enough love, then I'm going to get that same in return, that type of thing. So those are the basic ways we can take a look at the fourth chakra. And so now we're going to head into the practices. For this one, again, we're going to be doing sacred movement first with a little African dance flair, and then go to a short vinyasa flow from the Sacred Pathways Yoga for the heart, fire element practices to open the heart chakra, and then follow that with the Bija mantra. All right, so I'll see you on the mat.